I'm Zach Nichols.
I'm Joni Davis.
And we work with Zipper Labs and Academy. And today we're going to show you how to solder this big red lighthouse with working LED from Lakeshore makers. Before we get started soldering, there's a few safety tips we need to go over. First, you're going to want to be wearing safety glasses for most of the time. When you clip wires, they could fly off and hit you in the face, and the safety goggles will protect your eyes. Next, the soldering iron gets very hot. You aren't going to want to touch the tip with any part of your hand, for it will burn you. When you're not using it, make sure that you keep the soldering iron in the holster. Don't put it on the table or on any other foam pad or anything else. Lastly, while you're soldering, fumes will start coming off of whatever you're burning. It is important to remember to not inhale these fumes, as they can be dangerous. Before you start, make sure you take a look at your Soldering is Easy sheet for basic instructions on how to solder.
The materials you're going to need for this project are the big red circuit board, the battery holder, the LED light, the switch, the resistor, the magnet, a pair of wire cutters, your soldering iron, and some soldering wire.
The first piece we're going to solder on is the switch. Make sure to line up the legs of the switch with the holes in the circuit board. Be sure the circuit board is level while you work. Solder the legs into the holes using your safe soldering techniques. Be careful of those fumes. When the switch is attached, it should look like this.
After the switch has been soldered, the battery holder is next. Make sure that the curve of the holder lines up with the curve on the circuit board, or the battery will not fit. Poke the ends through the holes and turn the circuit board over. Now begin your soldering. When finished, you should get something that looks like this.
Now we're going to add the resistor. Make sure to place the resistor in the used with switch box, otherwise it won't work. Bend the legs of the resistor so they line up with the holes. Now bend the legs back so they hold the resistor in place. Solder both legs to the circuit board and then trim them. A soldered resistor should look like this.
Next comes the LED or light emitting diode. It is important that the flat end of the LED matches the flat end on the circuit board when being put into place. Otherwise, the light will not turn on. Poke the ends through and flip the circuit board over. Bend the ends of the wires to keep the LED in place and begin soldering. Once soldering is finished, use your wire cutters to cut any extra wire that remains.
To To add the magnet, remove the paper backing of the 2 strips of foam tape and place it on the large box in the circuit board. Press on it firmly to ensure the adhesive sticks like this.
Now you are almost done. The last thing you must do is place the battery in its holder. Once the battery is in place, flip the switch, and if everything has been done correctly, the LED should light up and you will have successfully made your own Big Red Lighthouse. Good luck.